Hello. We are right back into it with Bilbo in Gollum's cave. He had just felt his ring in his pocket, and that was, of course, the answer to his rather unfair question to Gollum of what he had in his pockets. Not a classic riddle. It's not really according to the rules of their game, but nonetheless, he had asked the question, and Gollum didn't know the answer, obviously. So Bilbo has, in some way here, won. And he is feeling down in his pocket, and he slips on the ring. The hiss was close behind him. He turned now and saw Gollum's eyes like small green lamps coming up the slope. Terrified, he tried to run faster, but suddenly he struck his toe on a snag in the floor and fell flat with his little sword under him. In a moment Gollum was on him, but before Bilbo could do anything, recover his breath, pick himself up, or wave his sword, Gollum passed by, taking no notice of him, cursing and whispering as he ran. What could it mean? Gollum could see in the dark.
The dark?
Gollum can see in the dark. Bilbo could see the light of his eyes, palely shining even from behind. Painfully he got up and sheathed his sword, which was now glowing faintly again. Then very cautiously he followed. There seemed nothing else to do. It was no good crawling back down to Gollum's water. Perhaps if he followed him, Gollum might lead him to some way of escape without meaning to. Curse it, curse it, curse it, hissed Gollum. Yeah, curse the Baggins. It's gone. What has it got in its pockets? Oh, we guess, my precious. He's found it. Yeah? Yes, he must have. My birthday present. So now, Gollum is starting to catch on. What's going on here? Bilbo picked up his ears. He was at last beginning to guess himself. He hurried a little, getting so close as he dared behind... Stop screaming. Eat your food. Who was still going quickly, not looking back, but turning his head from side to side. As Bilbo could see from a faint glimmer on the walls. My birthday present, curse it! How did we lose it, my precious? Yes, that's it. When we came this way last, when we twisted this nasty young squeaker, that's it, curse it. It slipped from us. After all those ages and ages, it's gone. Gollum! Suddenly Gollum sat down and began to weep. A whistling and gurgling sound, horrible to listen to. Bilbo halted and flattened himself against the tunnel wall. Just going to give Alex a little bit of food here. After a while, Gollum stopped weeping and began to talk. He seemed to be having an argument with himself. He's talking to himself. It's no good going back there to search, no. We doesn't remember all the places we've visited, and it's no use. The Baggins has got it in its pockets. The nasty noser has found it, we say. Noser? He's calling Bilbo a noser, yeah. We guesses, precious, only guesses. We can't know till we find the nasty creature and squeezes it. But it doesn't know what the present can do, does it? It just keeps it in its pockets. It doesn't know, and it can't go far. It's lost itself, the nasty, nosy thing. It doesn't know the way out. It said so. It said so, yes, but it's tricksy. It doesn't say what it means. It doesn't say what it's got in its pockets. It knows. It knows a way in. It must know a way out. Yes. It's off to the back door. To the back door, that's it. The goblins will catch it then. It can't get out that way, Precious. Shh, shh. Goblins. Yes, but if it got the present, our precious present, then goblins will get it. Gollum! They'll find it. They'll find out what it does. We shan't ever be safe again. Never, Gollum! One of the goblins will put it on, and then no one will see him. He'll be there, not seen. Not even our clever Isis will notice him, and he'll come creepsy and tricksy and catch us. Gollum! Then let's stop talking, Precious, and let's haste. If the Baggins has gone that way, we must go quicker and see. Go! Not far now. Make haste. With a spring, Gollum got up and started shambling off at a great pace.
Oh, a brother puking.
Oh, is brother puking? No, he's alright. Do you want to eat some more yogurt?
No.
No, you like the crackers? Okay.
The
Crackers. You don't have to scream it. Oh, he's spilling a little bit. Let's wipe it. Wait, he spilled milk all the way up in his eye socket. Or not socket, but up in his eyes. Around his eyes.
A bear.
Do you think he needs a bath? Maybe. Maybe later. It's not really bath day for Alex though. So I think he'll survive until tomorrow. Bilbo hurried after him, still cautiously, though his chief fear now was of tripping on another snag and falling with a noise. His head was in a whirl of hope and wonder. It seemed that the ring he had was a magic ring. It made you invisible. He had heard of such things, of course, in old tales, but it was hard to believe that he really had found one by accident. Still, there it was. Gollum, with his bright eyes, had passed him by, only a yard to one side. On they went. Gollum flip-flapped ahead, hissing and cursing, Bilbo behind, going as softly as a hobbit can. Soon they came to places where, as Bilbo had noticed on the way down, side passages opened, this way and that. Gollum began at once to count them. One left, yes. One right, yes. Two right, yes. Two left, yes. And so on and on. He's counting how many passages he goes by. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then he knows where he is. As the count grew, he slowed down, and he began to get shaky and weepy, for he was leaving the water further and further behind, and he was getting afraid. Goblins might be about, and he had lost his ring. At last he stopped by a low opening on their left as they went up. Yeah? Yeah, you draw. You want to draw Moomy? Yeah. You draw Moomy. Seven right, yes. 6 left, yes, he whispered. That is it. This is the way to the back door, yes. Here's the passage. He peered in and shrank back. But we doesn't go in, Precious. No, we dursn't. Goblins is down there. Lots of goblins. We smell them. What shall we do? Curse them and crush them. We must wait here, Precious. Wait a bit and see. So they came to a dead stop. Gollum had brought Bilbo to the way out after all. But Bilbo could not get in. There was Gollum, sitting humped up right in the opening, and his eyes gleamed cold in his head, and he swayed from one side, and he swayed it from side to side between his knees. Bilbo crept away from the wall more quietly than a mouse, but Gollum stiffened at once. He sniffed, and his eyes went green. He hissed softly, but menacingly. That's not how we do this, I know. Yeah, okay. Just put crayons in our yogurt. That's nasty. Yeah, have some apple. He could not see the Hobbit, but now he was on the alert, and he had other senses that the darkness had sharpened, hearing and smell. He seemed to be crouched right down with his flat hands splayed on the floor, and his head thrust out, nose almost to the stone. Though he was only a black shadow in the gleam of his own eyes, Bilbo could see or feel that he was tense as a bowstring, gathering for a spring. Bilbo almost stopped breathing and went stiff himself. He was desperate. He must get away, out of this horrible darkness. While he had any strength left, he must fight. He must stab the foul thing, put its eyes out, kill it. It meant to kill him. No, not a fair fight. He was invisible now. Gollum had no sword. Gollum had not actually threatened to kill him, or tried to yet. And he was miserable, alone, lost. A sudden understanding, a pity mixed with horror, welled up in Bilbo's heart. A glimpse of endless, unmarked days without light or hope or betterment. Hard stone, cold fish, sneaky, and whispering. Yeah, keep your spoon in the bowl. Yep, that's good. Yep. Eat some more of it. Yep. All these thoughts passed in a flash of a second. Yeah, you spilled a little bit. It's okay, we'll clean it after. He trembled. And then, quite suddenly, in another flash, as if lifted by a new strength and resolve, he leaped. That's a good place to stop, I think. Oh, yep, now things are starting to end up on the floor. So, yeah, perfect timing. Yet another cliffhanger. Yep, we'll see you again in a few days. Bye!